I think it's important to remember who was saying what when it actually mattered. So let's take a walk down memory lane to compare Tim Pool and my analysis on Anthony Fauci in April. On April 13th, Tim Pool said, "Fauci is a good dude. We definitely want to listen to him and take his instructions seriously. He's also not an economist, and the crisis we face is not just COVID-19. There will be hard decisions for all of us ahead." On April 15th, 2 days later, I said, "I don't want a shot. I don't want a test. I watched the World Health Organization spread lies this whole year. I watched the Surgeon General lie to our nation on national television. I watched Fauci and Birx parade a fake model based on false data with no explanation. These folks aren't trustworthy." One man tells you Fauci is a good dude. The other one says these folks aren't trustworthy. Let's keep going. April 13th, 2020. Tim Pool says having Fauci on the task force giving pushback is extremely important. I'm glad we don't have a bunch of yes men in the task force. A week earlier on April 6th, I said, Fauci is on the leadership council with top brass at World Health Organization and others. Who would have guessed? Giving people, as I always do, research and education on who's who. So the information's out there. But a week later, Tim Pool is still telling his audience Fauci is a good dude. Why do I say stuff like this? Because the same is true today. People say, oh, you're hating, you're just jealous. Trust me, my life is good, God is great. None of the above. It's just these people are giving out leftover McDonald's analysis, telling you what you want to hear, but they're not actually doing anything. And in many cases, they're just blatantly wrong and dumbing down the Republican base. Do people not get the difference between telling you Fauci was a good dude early on and me showing you his connections to the Gates Foundation? People like Dr. Shiva calling him out, me saying, why doesn't Trump put Dr. Shiva on the television? Tim Pool's trying to paint this fake perception like, oh, I'm glad he doesn't have a bunch of yes men. All he did was have yes men, but they were big pharma yes men, and actual doctors and outsiders, people like Dr. Shiva or Joseph Ladapo, the current Surgeon General of Florida, thanks to Ron DeSantis, who Tim pathologically lies about and gives leftover low IQ McDonald's analysis on his stupid show every day. These people were nowhere to be found around the White House. When I said medical tyranny and mandated vaccines were coming in 2019, 6 months before the lockdown, I said left-wingers think universal health care is a good thing, but it's really government control of healthcare, and right-wingers just don't seem to care about medical tyranny. When I said this, no one cared. When I predicted exactly what would happen before the lockdowns when it came to censorship, authoritarianism, and the fact that Trump wouldn't have a magic plan to save us like the QAnon-controlled opposition minions told everybody, people hated that I said that. They hated that I challenged the echo chamber. Oh, shut up, anomaly. How dare you say that? But it was all true. And it's just proving, just like the left wing, the right wing likes the comfortable lie more than they like the uncomfortable truth. And all I'm here to say is I appreciate everybody. I'm grateful. I'm willing to debate Tim Pool. I'll make him look like an intellectual kindergartner. The dude's nowhere on my level. But in general, the reason I say this is because the same watered down, stupid Fauci is a good dude analysis that he was doing in 2020 is the same stupid, watered down analysis he's doing about the 2024 election.
Also, Tim Pool is the NPC,
And most MAGA influencers are just on loop. I consider the right-wing controlled opposition at this point because after one of the most tyrannical 2 to 3 year periods in modern history, the Republican base is running into the hands of the father of the vaccine.
And they want me to do public service messages and everything about everybody taking the vaccine. And look, I guess in a certain way, I'm the father of the vaccine because I was the one that pushed it.
Who currently sells the vaccine harder than Bill Gates does.
Vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind.
Proven to save a lot of lives. Some people say I saved 100 million lives worldwide.
We also need to fix the 3 problems with vaccines. The current vaccines are not infection blocking.
Saved in the world, I saved 100 million lives. 100 million people died in 1917.
Even he admits it has 3 problems, but Trump can't admit that.
They're not broad, so when new variants come up, you lose protection. And they have very short duration.
Vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind.
But that's not a red flag, right? Or the fact that Trump probably tried to hire him to the White House. That's not a red flag. Remember Dr. Shiva, that cool Indian guy who was calling out Fauci? Where's he? Oh, wait, there's a new guy named Vivek Ramaswamy, a big pharma bro who was nowhere to be found and selling vaccines and saying Biden was doing a great job in 2021. He's the new MAGA darling. These are like the top 2 people in MAGA world, the father of the vaccine and the pharma bro that everybody's supporting. And you know how fake these people are because with DeSantis, they say, how dare DeSantis challenge Trump? He should have just stayed as governor. Why would he even think of challenging Trump? Those are the same people saying, oh, Vivek Ramaswamy, he's surging in the polls. We're so happy he's running. Wow, he's beating DeSantis. He's going to beat DeSantis. It's so great he's running. If you wanted DeSantis to stay as governor of Florida, who actually did something to fight the lockdowns and the mandates, way harder than Trump did. Why wouldn't you want Vivek Ramaswamy to stay at his pharmacy company and stay in his lane? No, he's not supposed to stay in his lane, but the guy who actually outperformed Trump should stay in his lane. Nothing's making sense, right? Oh, but DeSantis works with Bush people. You know, Trump hired over 30 Bush people, hired Mitch McConnell's wife for 4 years, hired a pharmacy lobbyist to run HHS, which is 2 layers above Fauci. People talk about firing Fauci, but what about the HHS? Trump has power. It's over Fauci, and he sold it out to Big Pharma. Trump said he didn't need their money. He took their money.
I'm using my own money. I'm not using the lobbyists. I'm not using donors. I don't care. I'm really rich.
I had yesterday a lobbyist call me up. It's a friend of mine. Good guy. He said, Donald, I want to put $5 million into your campaign. I said, I don't need it. I don't want it. He said, no, I want to put $5 million in. I said, I don't want it.
I don't want their money. I turned the money down. I turned down so much money. I feel like such a stupid person.
He then took $1 million from Pfizer, and he appointed a Pfizer partner, Scott Gottlieb, to run FDA.
So anyway, so Big Pharma stepped in and put some money in.
And Trump appoints Pfizer's lobbyist and another Pfizer handpicked nominee, Alex Azar, right from the middle of the pharmaceutical industry to run HHS.
I'm using my own money. I'm not using the lobbyists. I'm not using donors. I don't care.
People cry about Karl Rove working for DeSantis' campaign, but they don't even mention that he worked with Trump's campaign in 2020. The whole movement's fake now. And the reason it's fake is because watered down NPCs like Tim Toole, who were telling you in April, Fauci is a good dude, a week after I pointed out that he's on the Gates Foundation website and he's not trustworthy. It's like sheep herders leading the conservative movement astray. I'm embarrassed that the entire opposition's controlled. This isn't good for my career or social circles to tell you this. Trust me, it's not. But I don't care. I can't fake it like these other people. I can't be low IQ like they appear to be or just phonies. It's not beneficial for me to say this. It's just true. The opposition is controlled, or at least getting so intellectually lazy and weak with their analysis that they're putting out the equivalent to Fauci is a good dude in 2023, and nobody seems to notice or care. They just act like I'm hating for doing exactly what I did in 2020, which is have insight and foresight, something that a lot of these people don't have. They just have very low-hanging fruit jokes and topics and hardy har har to run you in circles and distract you as the uniparty stomps on your throat. And when I say uniparty, I don't mean everybody but Trump and DeSantis. I mean including them. And yes, including Trump too. I know that bothers people. That's why he's the most effective one.
Vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind.
Yes, in a certain way, I'm the father of the vaccine because I was the one that pushed it. Yes, in a certain way, I'm the father of the vaccine because I was the one that pushed it.
Vote for who you want to. Watch who you want. The internet's open and for the most part free, but I'm just keeping it real. The same me that was light years ahead of people like Tim Pool in 2020 is still light years ahead of them today, whether people want to admit it or not. And time tells all. So in due time, I know a lot more people will see that. And I know that a lot of people watching this understand it too. It's not just me. I know a lot of you get it too, and I appreciate you and I'm grateful, and it's nice to see. Thank you for your support. Thanks for watching this and considering. God bless you. I'll be back with more videos soon.